What is happening, good people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're back here in Farming Simulator 25. This is our Rags to Riches series, episode number 11. In the last episode, we left off on our way to the shop. We are going to sell our little bale trailer here. We're going to pick up a trailer that we bought, which is an auto load trailer, to make it easy for us to pick up our bales. And we baled some silage or grass. It's going to turn into silage, but we baled some grass. We've got a new field. We've got tons of bales sitting in the field ready to turn into silage. And then we are going to sell them and see how much money we can make. The other thing that we talked about doing in the last episode was buying a weeder. And I have been doing some thinking about it. I'm not sure if we should. It seems as though, given the last couple months here in Riverbend Springs, that there's not a lot of weeding contracts. So buying a weeder, we could do 2 contracts today that would pay for the weeder, but how many other weeding contracts are we going to have throughout the year? So if it's just a couple at the beginning of the year, I don't know that it's worth it. Boy, this tractor is dirty. Holy moly. Look at this thing. Well, we did buy a power washer, which is back at the farm, so we're going to be using that for sure in this episode. All right, here is our Farm Tech EDK 650. We're actually going to repaint it for 82 bucks. Right now, 55.18 is what we could sell it for. Somebody left a comment that says if you repaint it for 82 bucks, then we get more money when we sell it. Let's go ahead and sell it. Yeah, 56.09. So a couple extra bucks when we go to sell it. So 56.09 is what we're selling that thing for. We now have 10,349 bucks in the bank. And one of the things we are going to do, we're going to check out the price of a weeder. I can't remember how much it costs. We're going to hook on this trailer. And let's take this trailer back to the farm. We can load up our bales. Yeah, we could definitely buy this thing. It's 6,500 bucks, 6 meters wide. One of the contracts would pay for this thing. I mean, I don't know. Is it worth it having it sit around just to do those couple contracts? I mean, it is something different to do. And maybe we'll get more weeding contracts. All right, why not? We're going to buy it, 6,500 bucks. It might be a bad decision, but you know what? It can make us some money. So I tell you what, we're going to disconnect from this trailer and we are going to hook up to the weeder. There we go. Weeder is hooked up. All right, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to accept these 2 weeding contracts. It's about $12,000 for both of those. And there is a Deadwood contract. Now, I don't like this part of the map. It's 1,050 bucks. It looks like it's about 7 trees. So we're going to give this a shot because it's right next to the field where we have to do the weeding. But if we can't find the trees, we're going to cancel that contract. And nothing else going on here as far as contracts that we can do right now. Now, one of the comments I had in a previous video talked about a wood transport and that there was a mod available for a trailer that can hold more logs and bigger logs when we do those Deadwood contracts. So let's go to the wood transport tab, and I did download the mod that you were talking about. So it's a HW80 wood trailer. It is a mod. It's 3,800 bucks, which is not a lot of money, and it is a bigger space than the other 2 wood trailers that we could use to do our Deadwood contracts. We would just need to get an attachment for the front of the tractor that can pick up the logs. And then we can put them on here and bring them back to our sawmill. Or another comment was about a wood chipper, which is pretty exciting, honestly. And when our sawmill is full, we could use a wood chipper and sell the wood chips. And I think that is an awesome idea. Now, this one's $110,000. Certainly $660,000 is way out of our price range, probably for a few more episodes, to say the least. But I downloaded this mod. This is a Vermeer wood chipper, and it's $38,000. So this is something that we could strive for in the future. Pretty cool. We could hook it up to the back of our tractor. We could have a little trailer. So I guess the plan would be in the future, I don't know when this is going to happen, within the next 10 episodes, maybe, who knows. But we want to sell enough product and get enough money so that we could spend $3,800 on this transporter. And then we go over here, we spend $38,000. So that's about $42,000 that we would need to buy this setup. But then, of course, we would need to buy a trailer that would hold this stuff. I mean, I feel like something like this could hold wood chips, or we could even get it with the, I don't know, a little bit taller to hold wood chips. I don't know. I don't know how many wood chips would be produced by a few logs from a Deadwood contract. But either way, there are trailers here that are available that we could use, but they're about $30,000. All right, now hear me out on this crazy idea. If we're going to spend $30,000 on a trailer, why not spend $45,000 and get this guy? I mean, that way we could take our wood chipper, hook it onto the back of this thing. We could drive this to the Deadwood contracts and just chip or turn the logs into wood chips right there. Then we wouldn't really need to buy the transport, although we still would because it's only $4,000. But I mean, the wood chipper could put wood chips in this thing. I guess the only question is, can you take this somewhere and dump it? Like, does it have a dumping feature? And it looks like it does. I mean, I think this is a pretty good option. But I mean, this is a few episodes away. I mean, we're talking, we're talking 50, 60, 70, 80. I don't know. I can't do the math. I'm not that smart. Probably upwards of $80,000, $85,000 to get a wood chipping and wood transport operation going. So honestly, let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think of that crazy, nutty idea? Could happen here on the farm at a later date, of course. Don't forget, we also have a loan we have to start paying back. And I would like to expand our empire as far as our animals go and get some, some sheep and stuff like that. All right, let's pull up the map. I don't know where the hell we're going. We're just driving around here. We got sidetracked talking about stuff. And now we're behind a silo, so we need to get out of here. Oh, can we fit through here? Yep, now we're on the train tracks. Okay. We are trying not to kill ourselves here in this episode. All right, so we are going to go down this way. We'll follow the, I guess you call it a river, because it's Riverbend Springs. We're going to follow the river, and we're going to get to our Deadwood contract, our weeding contracts. A lot of cool stuff going on at the beginning of this episode. Alright, well here we are. We're going to park our tractor right on the corner here so we're not in anybody's way. But this is the area for the Deadwood contracts. So let's get on out and let's try not to run into the weeder and smack ourselves in the face. Let's come up here and let's try to find these Deadwood trees. Alright, right off the bat I found one. But this is not marked. Alright, I think they're all over in this area. So let's get to cutting. All right, tree number 1. See you later. So this wouldn't be a bad area. We could bring a tractor, trailer, wood chipper. This is a pretty good area to haul some of these trees out. All right, tree number 2 and tree number 3 sitting right next to each other over here. All right. Here we go, tree number 3. There it is, have a nice day. All right, here's 2 of them sitting together. Tree number 4 and 5. Here we go. All right, just got a couple more trees left, and boy, they are really difficult to find. Tell you what, this is part of the map. These trees really blend in. It's pretty difficult to find them in here. Oh, here's one. Hiding in plain sight. There we go. See you later. Oh, I think this is one over here. Here it is. Gosh, I don't know if this is the last one or not. All right, there we go. Thank God. Jeez, a whiz. It's tough in this section. Trees really hide in here. I don't like doing Deadwood contracts in this section. All right, let's get back at it. We got a weeding contract or two to do. And then we'll go back to the farm. Actually, we got to go back and pick up our auto load trailer. And then we're going to go back and check on our bales. Pretty exciting stuff. All right, well, there we go. The job is done for weeding, or I should say the jobs are done for weeding. And I tell you what, I don't like weeding. I don't like these contracts. A few reasons. You know, I'm more of like an aesthetic person. I like to see the progress as it's going along, much like a cultivating job. And for these weeding jobs, other than seeing the tire tracks in an empty field like this, you can't see your progress. So you have to use, at least I have to use the GPS lines, or else I would never finish that contract. So for that reason alone, I'm not a big fan of the weeding contracts. I know that, you know, at the beginning of the series, we had a weeder, and I sold it for a reason. And the reason was there weren't very many weeding contracts, but the other reason was I didn't like to do the contracts. Oh my God, we almost got rear-ended by a bus. Holy crap. Go ahead, Mr. Bus. Go around us. Jeez, a whiz. Creeping up, trying to do another pit maneuver on us, like you're some kind of rogue state trooper. Okay, what was I saying before I was so rudely interrupted? Yeah, so at the beginning of the series, we sold the weeder. Even if you have a field that's not empty, like the two we just did, you can't see your progress. So I'm just not a big fan of the weeding contracts. I know this is a dumb thing because we just bought this weeder, but I kind of want to sell it. We're not going to use it. I'm not going to do any more weeding contracts. And you know what? If that makes you guys sad, then I'm sorry. But you're going to have to deal with it. You'll get over it. I promise. So we are headed back to the shop. We got to get some gas. We got to pick up our new trailer. And in the process, boy, we are going to get rid of this weeder. I mean, we just made about $12,000. As a matter of fact, let's go into the contracts. Let's collect our money. There we go, $7,800 and $5,000. I mean, it's, you know, $13,000 in weeding contracts we just completed. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and fill this thing up with fuel. And we are going to head to the shop. Let's pick up our trailer. And let's see how much money we can get for this weeder. I mean, we're probably gonna lose a little bit of money. I mean, let's be honest. The thing costs about $6,000. All right, let's go ahead and see what we can do here. All right, here is the weeder. $567 to repaint it. Right now we could sell it for $54.40. It's not a bad hit. $54.40. We're repainting it for $567. So yeah, I mean, we get our money back. $6,064. We are gonna sell this thing. There we go. Bam. Sorry, Mr. Weeder. Get out of our life. We don't like you. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the weeding in this series, I gotta say. So let's hook up this trailer. Let's get back to our farm. Let's check on our silage bales. I mean, honestly, I don't know that the silage has been turned yet. We're probably going to have to sleep. All right, we just went into the settings. We turned weeding off. We don't want to do it on our personal farms. We don't want to do it on anyone else's farms. So weeding is now off. And that's fine. We will have a good time in this series without doing weeding, honestly. And somebody made a comment, speaking of sleeping, somebody made a comment about buying a tent mod. There's a mod where you can buy a tent and you can sleep on your own little plot of land, and that's fine for these months. It's springtime. Let's go ahead and call the ferry. But yeah, it's springtime, the weather's warm. We could sleep in a tent. I mean, that's fine. Our friend Walter's probably getting sick and tired of us spending some time with him in his house. Although, he's old and lonely, so maybe he likes to have us to talk to. He does give us some meatloaf. He feeds us a little bit. He is a friend. We're probably his only friend, honestly, in Riverbend Springs, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I went into the downloadable content, the mods, and I did download the tent mod. It also comes with, there's a little small tiny house you can buy, but it really got me thinking about buying our own house. And we really need to set that as a priority here. You know, we're here in Riverbend Springs, we're doing our little rags to riches thing, we're trying to make some money, we got a loan we got to pay back, we're getting really off to a good start here. We're making some great progress. We got goats, we got greenhouses, we got a mower, we got grass fields. And one of the things that I think we need to do or prioritize is having a place that we can call our own here in Riverbend Springs. And whether that's a big luxurious house in the future, I mean, so be it. We could probably buy Walter's house. We'd have to buy that plot of land. That could be a goal for us. But honestly, I really think we should prioritize it, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to move buying a house up on the priority list. And you know, we might have to start with like a trailer. All right, here it is in the farmhouses. I mean, honestly, I have my sights set on this trailer, $55,000. There are other options that are more expensive. But if you look here, $50 for a tent. It's a mod called the Hobo Farmhouse Pack. I mean, you can get a doormat for $5. Stick it near a house. You could sleep on a bench. I mean, that's kind of cool. And then for $1,000, you can have a tiny house. You know, some people like these little tiny houses. Let's actually see. It's more like a garden shed, honestly. I mean, we could put this by our greenhouses here, and we could have like a little place to sleep. But I like the idea of having a little tent. And we have a little tent here by our greenhouses, and in the warmer months we can sleep here. And perhaps the goal is we could sleep in our tent until it becomes the winter time here at Riverbend Springs, and hopefully by that time we'll have enough money to buy like a trailer or some sort of house. So I think that's going to be the goal, and that's what we're going to do right now before we do anything else. Let's go ahead and buy this tent here and we are going to put it down on the ground here by the greenhouse. Although where else? Maybe we could put our tent over here by the goats. I mean, there's nothing really going on up here. I mean, we could have our tent back up here on the hill. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like we're camping in the woods, and there really isn't anything going on back here. So yeah, let's go ahead and put our little tent back here. And this will be kind of a fun little thing. We'll just have it sitting right here. There we go. Bam. There is our tent. And it's up on the hillside. We're overlooking our goats. Pretty cool. We got a tree right there. Yeah, that's pretty neat. All right, let's go ahead and check on our silage bales. These are 9%. So it looks like we are going to have to go ahead and sleep. I'll tell you what we're going to do, though. Let's go ahead and try and pick up these bales, and we can monitor their progress while they're on the back of this trailer here. And we'll also figure out how many bales this trailer can hold. I think with big square bales, this thing holds 16 or 24 or something like that. And we're going to pick up all of these except for one, so that it's easy for us to check the progress of the silage. So we'll just leave that one down towards the bottom of the farm. We'll just leave that one alone for right now. And let's go ahead, and we are going to just kind of park our trailer full of these bales. We're just going to park it right here. All right, still lots of time left in the day. It's only about 1 o'clock here in game time. Let's check to see. There's a new Deadwood contract. That one's looking pretty enticing right there. And that's really the only one that we got. It's not too far away from us. Let's go ahead and accept it. Now, if we take a look in our sawmill here, we don't have much room for wood in the sawmill. And I have had a lot of comments about whether or not to have all of these running at the same time. And there's some debate about, you know, if all of these are running at the same time, is it as much money? Like, what's the net yield? Is it worth it? So I tell you what I'm going to do. I mean, I've had just the wood planks going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate all of these. So that way they're all producing. And somebody said that's going to really run through our wood, and that's fine. Because there are going to be contracts that we can do, Deadwood contracts that we can do, so that we can constantly fill this thing with wood. So let's go ahead and grab our little trailer, and let's go do this Deadwood contract. We'll probably only bring back 2 trees, because honestly, I don't think we can fit more than that in the little sawmill that we have. So we're going to go do this Deadwood contract. We're going to get some trees. We'll put the trees into the sawmill. And then there probably won't be any more contracts. Or maybe there will. There might be some more contracts for us to do. We also have to think about fertilizing our grass field. Now let's make sure we're going the right way. And we are. So we'll check on whether or not we have to fertilize our grass field. And yeah, maybe we'll take a snooze in our new tent, which is pretty exciting. All right, coming up here on our Deadwood location, it's right by a little lake here. Let's go ahead and turn in. All right, nice little shed here by the lake. Oh boy, we gotta squeeze around here without falling in the water. Okay, there we go, not too bad. And this is not a road. Wow, okay, well, it's all right, we'll just drive around this guy's field, it's fine. All right, well, there's a little creek here, and we got to get on the other side of the creek. But honestly, I think we can just hop out. We can just carry stuff across the creek. Here's our first tree. This is probably the one that we're going to cut down and take back to the farm. Let's go ahead and cut it down. All right, there we go. Tree number 1. I tell you what, we're going to cut down all the trees first, and then we'll come back and we'll chop that one up. All right, here's tree number 2. And this is a nice little area. I don't think these deadwood trees are going to be hard to find in this area. Got a couple over here. Actually, I think all of them are right in this little semicircle here. Gosh, I tell you what, this area here is pretty flat. This would be really ideal if we had a wood chipper. Man, whoever left that comment, I'm sorry, I don't know who left the comment. I can't remember the names, but yeah, thank you for that comment. That's going to be stuck in my brain here. The wood chipper. I mean, we might be known in Riverbend Springs as like the wood chip guy. You know, they see us riding down the street and they're like, hey, there's that guy. He's the wood chip guy. He's got all the wood chips in town. I mean, who knows? Could be a thriving business here in Riverbend Springs. All right, there it is. Well, the contract's complete. We're not going to actually complete it or accept it yet because then all the trees would disappear. And we want to take one back and put it in our sawmill. All right, this looks like the perfect tree. I also had a question about how I get the branches off. So here, let me show you. You hit the crouch button, and then you kind of just go along and you tap the B button on the Xbox controller. I don't know what it is, what you're playing on, but it's the chainsaw button. And you just kind of crouch along and you move around and it just sort of gets these branches off. Now, it's not going to get every branch off. You're going to have to come back normally and hit the branches that it doesn't get off. But it really does, you know, and you'll have to kind of adjust the camera up here a little bit. But yeah, so that took most of the branches off. Now there might be some rogue branches hiding around under here. You just kind of have to, wait and see as you cut up these logs. We'll come around on the other side. There's probably going to be some that are stuck into the ground that we don't see, but it looks like we got all of them off. So that's pretty cool. So that's how you do that. It took me a minute. Actually, it wasn't until Farming Simulator 22 where I really got a grasp on that. So it might take some practice, but that's how you do it. All right, I'm going to cut this into sections first, and then we'll load it into the trailer. Now, I don't know if these sections are too big or too small or what we can carry. We might have to trim some down, but I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. At some point, God, I wish somebody would create a mod so that, you know, it had predetermined lines on how much you could carry. Because I don't like using those mods, the, you know, where you can carry everything, the ultimate strength mods. I'm not really into that. I try to keep these playthroughs or these series a little bit more realistic. I mean, I know it's not 100% realistic, but you know, you try and have some sort of immersion here. All right, that might do it. Let's get in here. Let's grab this little guy first. And we're gonna pop these in the trailer and head on back to the farm. We got $23,000 right now in the bank, which is great. And I don't know that there's anything on our list right now that we absolutely need to buy. So I think we might be just saving up our money so that we can eventually buy our own place to lay our head that isn't a tent. I mean, honestly, we got enough money to put another medium greenhouse down, and these things are, I mean, they're making really good money for us. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and put this wood into the sawmill. Oh, geez. Tell you what, the sawmill placement, not the greatest, because we are running into the greenhouse there up on that hill. But yeah, the whole tree went into the sawmill. I mean, just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and check and see. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much full. Could only hold that one tree, 97% full. So we got all of these types of wood going right now. And I mean, we'll see. So have the debate in the comments about what's the best way to do it, but we're going to try this way. We tried just the planks, and that made us some money, so we'll try it this way, and hopefully that'll make us some money. If it chews through wood, it just means we're going to have to prioritize Deadwood contracts and bring it back some more wood. Plus, we have all of these trees over there on that land that we own, and we could cut them down and throw them in the sawmill too. I mean, we might even be able to like do something to clean up that back hill with all those trees up there. I mean, right now we do like having a tree over our tent, but we could clean up that hill and perhaps use that as grass. We could mow it. But yeah, we are really making some good progress here. And speaking of good progress, it's time to ask yourself the question of the day. Are you subscribed to the channel? If the answer is no, stop what you're doing right now and subscribe. What the hell are you waiting for? And don't forget, hit the bell notification so that you're notified of all the content coming out. And hit that like button. Even if you don't like the video, you gotta hit it. It's part of the YouTube rules. And don't forget, leave your comments down below. It doesn't even matter what you say. Safe space here on the farm. Sort of, kind of, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not saying other people won't. They might. And you're just gonna have to deal with it. But I don't think they will. Farming simulator community is really awesome, much like the Skyrim community. If you guys are familiar with that game here, probably one of the best role-playing games in the history of the world. But that's a great community as well. All right, let's put our fertilizer spreader on, and I tell you what, we gotta fertilize this field here, and I don't know if we fertilize it now, does it count, or do we have to wait a day? Because I think we just harvested this and baled it up, so maybe we'll sleep and we'll wait on this. Let's hop back in the tractor. Let's see if there's any more contracts available. Oh, and let's get our money for that Deadwood contract. That's important. All right, hoeing, rock removal, sowing, stone picking, wood transport. Not a whole lot to do here. So let's shut off our tractor. Let's run up to our tent. It's going to be our first time sleeping in our new tent. We're going camping here on the farm, and that is pretty exciting. And okay, the tent's a little wonky. You know, I mean, look, farming simulator, not perfect as far as a game is concerned with the landscape and putting things down. That's fine. We'll just pretend that the tent is fine. All right, here it is. Time to sleep. We're going to sleep to the second day in March. Ah, yes, a good slumber, counting sheep as they jump over our heads. We will wake up nice and refreshed. Have a cup of coffee, maybe. And there we go. Second day of March. We're waking up here. And you know what? We got some interest. Every time we sleep, we got interest that we're paying. So maybe what we should do with some of the $24,000 that we have, we could make our first payment towards our loan. We are going to check on our silage here. This bale is 90% completed, which is really awesome. It's 3,500 liters. All right, we're going to check the price of silage. We're going to do the math. I mean, look, not real big on doing the math, but we're doing it. You can't stop the math. All right, it's a good time to sell silage. $372 is what we would get at the biogas plant. $371 at the farmer's market. That's pretty close, so we're going to use the farmer's market. All right, so I got my calculator here. Per 1,000 liters, $371. We have 3.5 thousand liters. So basically, we're taking 371 times 3.5. So $1,298. So $1,300 for each bale that we have. And now we just have to figure out how many bales we have. There's one. One bale. Okay, look, that's the last time I'll do that, I promise. I didn't mean to do that, I'm sorry. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We got 21 bales times $1,300. So if we do the quick math there, that's $27,000 for this haul of silage. And that's going to be ready later in this day. So $27,000 coming our way. Tell you what, $27,000 plus $24,000, I think that's enough money to buy a trailer for us to live in. But I don't want to spend all of our money on the trailer. We do have a tent, and we don't need the trailer for a few more months. Oh, look, just in this time since we slept, we've got a pallet of wood. All right, these are just regular planks. It's 1,000 liters. That's awesome. You know what? Let's take a trip around the farm, and we're going to see what kind of products spawned since we last slept. 264 liters of goat milk. It's not a whole lot. We're going to let that sit and fill up a little bit more. We have a pallet of lettuce over here. We have no pallets of lettuce here. Now, to tell you what, this small greenhouse, that is not producing lettuce like this medium one. And I don't know. Here is another medium one down here, and this is not producing anything either, and that's fine. Look, they don't always have to churn out pallets of lettuce at our beck and call. They're going to do it at their own speed, and that's fine. All right, I tell you what we're going to do, though. We are going to start up this tractor. We're going to fertilize this field. I think we can just kind of run down the middle here and get everything fertilized. Yeah, it's definitely wide enough to do that. So here we go. We're going to fertilize this field, and then we're going to make a payment towards our loan, and then we'll check to see if there are any more contracts that we can do. All right, finishing up this field here. It is all fertilized. Let's go ahead and turn the fertilizer thing off. Drive back to the base of our farm. We're going to make a payment on the loan. Now, if you think about it, the loan's $100,000. I'd like to pay back $10,000 right now. And if we do that 9 more times, the loan will be paid off. And that is one of the main goals here of this series. All right, dropping off the fertilizer spreader. I don't know which piece of equipment we're going to need next, which reminds me we should check the contracts. All right, going into the finances tab, we can check out our loan interest. It's causing us some money here. So let's go ahead and make a payment. We're going to repay $5,000. Bam, there we go. So $95,000. Let's repay another $5,000. Bam. All right, we just paid $10,000 towards our loan. We now only have $90,000 left to pay. We still have about $14,000 in the bank. Let's check on some contracts. We'll do another. Oh, look at this. Here's a Deadwood, but oh man, this is an area of the map that I absolutely hate. So we're going to accept the contract, and we'll go into the contract. We'll cancel the contract, and that way we can get another Deadwood contract to spawn at some point. Now, there's no contracts we can do right now. Crap. We fertilized our field. Let's check the other grass field to see if this needs to be fertilized. And it does. All right, back in the tractor, hooking up the fertilizer, and geez, we're going to spray fertilizer all over the goats. And that's fine. Look, we're using a natural fertilizer, which is fine. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's environmentally friendly. It's friendly for your goats. It's friendly for everything. We're just spraying everything. Everything get fertilized. Maybe the goats will grow better. I mean, I'm just saying. All right, now we can drop the fertilizer spreader off. I tell you what, we have some options. We could take our wood and 1 pallet of lettuce and sell it, make a few $1,000s. But honestly, the most important thing we could do right now is wash this damn tractor. I mean, this tractor is so dirty, and honestly, they do say it's true that if your tractor is really dirty and you're not taking care of it by cleaning it regularly, it will degrade faster than if it's nice and clean. So we're going to have to make it a point to really clean our equipment after each use, maybe once a month, maybe once every other month. That way we won't have to spend as much money on repairs. So we are spraying this thing off. It is looking pretty nice, honestly. Make sure we get the back of it too. I'll tell you what, it's looking good. Let's get this front weight here. It's still looking a little crusty. And using this sprayer with the Xbox controller, not the easiest thing to do. Let's go around the front here. And let's get this front loader, the pallet fork. There we go. Everything is nice and clean now. Boy, that is something. And one of the cool things about these power washers, I don't know if you guys know this, I discovered it in my other series. New for Farming Simulator 25, you can actually push this thing around. It's just like entering a vehicle. You can push this thing around the farm, which is really cool. So kudos for Giant Software for making that a feature here, because that's pretty neat. All right, we'll do some little maintenance things, like we're gonna fill everything up with water, just make sure everything's got some water. And that's pretty much all we can do right now, unless some other contracts come available. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of the water here on the farm, and then we'll check the contracts. All right, all the greenhouses and the goat pen filled up with water. We're gonna go ahead and park our water tanker back over here. We'll just kind of leave it sit right here. And we are gonna advance time, and then we're gonna go sell our silage. All right, there we go, time scale set to 360. Let's go ahead and hop out. I wonder if we can see the bale fermentation progress on these. Nope, you really can't. So we're gonna have to go over here, and we're gonna check out this one. And there we go, it's silage already. So let's go ahead and now we can take these bales to the farmer's market. We can sell them. Let's go ahead and grab this lone little bale sitting down here. All right, let's hook up this trailer full of bales. Let's take it to the farmer's market. We're gonna make about $27,000 if I did the math correct, which I might not have done. I mean, look, don't hold me to that. I'm not a mathematician. But it should be somewhere in the neighborhood of $27,000. Oh boy, you know what? We gotta strap these things down. I guess you can't strap them down, but you can put the trailer in what's called operating position, or I'm sorry, transporting position, and that will make sure that the bales get transported without falling off. A little light rain starting to fall here mid-afternoon on the farm. And we'll check to see if there's any more contracts, but I'm pretty sure there aren't going to be. But if there are, we can set our sights on them. All right, this is where we're going to unload our bales. Now we got to put this one down. All right, there we go. There's one gone. That was $1,348 for that one. All right, now let's drive forward and let's see about getting rid of these other ones. All right, there we go. Boom, all gone. $26,961 plus the one that we dropped off. That is going to be a little over $27,000, which is awesome. Speaking of awesome, we did the math right. All right, let's turn this thing around. We have $42,373 in the bank. Let's go put our trailer back. We'll park it somewhere on the farm, and we are probably gonna think about what our next step is. And honestly, it could be more goats. I mean, I like the idea of more goats. I also like the idea of another greenhouse. We could really start focusing on greenhouse row down along the street there, because honestly, I don't know where we would put another goat pen. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna like drive kind of up through here, and we'll just sit it right here for now. All right, there we go. Okay. Trailer is detached. I mean, it's springtime. Hopefully we should get some mowing contracts and stuff like that. Let's check the contracts. Nothing. Wow, okay. I mean, wood transport, but man, I really don't feel like doing wood transport contract. Taking a look at another greenhouse, we could, let's see, we could kind of put one this way where the lettuce would spawn down by the road. I mean, I don't know, gosh, I mean, the only thing I'm afraid of is that once you put it down, it's going to be wonky to get the lettuce pallets based on the fact that it's kind of into the side of a hill. Let's see, we're going to want this way so the lettuce spawns on the other side. Put it in free mode, we'll kind of nudge it up against this tree. Bam, there we go. All right, let's take a look. Well, the lettuce pallets are going to spawn on a hill, but I think the tractor will be able to pick them up, so we're going to go with that. That's a little weird down here at this corner, but you know what? That's fine. Everything can't be perfect here in Farming Simulator 25, and it's not. All right, so we got another greenhouse. We are really building up greenhouse row. Let's go ahead and fill it up with water. It's going to be more lettuce for the town of Riverbend Springs. And I tell you what, we're going to fill this thing up with water. We are going to set it for lettuce, and that's probably all we are going to do in this episode. I mean, we got rain falling, we don't have any contracts available. Oh God, there goes our sign. That's our sign for the episode. I mean, it happens every episode. Well, the good thing is the sign was on our land, so we won't get in that much trouble for it. All right, we got our newest medium tarp greenhouse. Let's go ahead and start the lettuce production. And we will keep filling this thing up with water. And in the next episode, we will come back. We'll see if there's any contracts available. And we will keep grinding along here on the farm. And that's what we do. We've got $24,000 in the bank. Hopefully in the next episode, we'll be able to do some contracts. We'll have some more product available. We'll get that bank account up. And we can either buy our own little property, buy a new piece of equipment, or pay off some more of the loan. I mean, our options are kind of endless here at this point. We are relying on contracts as the bulk of our income, but we're at the point now where we are selling product and making some good money that way, and it's only going to get better. So thanks for watching the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for the love and support on the channel. Don't forget, subscribe, hit the bell notification, hit the like button, leave your comments, do all the things you gotta do. I mean, you know what you gotta do, just go ahead and do it. The hell are you waiting for? But most importantly, thank you guys for letting me be a part of your day. It means a lot. And we are gonna see you right back here in the next video.